Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in this YouTube live event. I am Waller's Wallet, and recently I was asked if I would review the new SPG bonuses on their personal and business credit cards. I think there's just a lot of people wondering what they should do and how they should proceed with the SPG cards after the merger. It's like I do with all these lives. Feel free to ask questions at any point in time. If it's something pertinent at the time, I will go ahead and answer it. If not, I'll wait probably towards the end of this video. So let's go ahead and start taking a look at those new SPG bonuses. The SPG personal bonus just updated its bonus to a 75,000 point bonus when you spend $3,000 in the first 90 days. Now, this is the equivalent of the old SPG offer of 25,000 points because they transferred to Marriott at a 1-to-3 ratio. So while it seems like it's doing really well, this is really no different than what it used to be. But this is a lot better than that garbage offer of a $200 credit statement after spending $1,000 in the first 90 days. And the earning rates really aren't anything to get too excited about as well. And that's because even though they kept the equivalent of 6 points per dollar to Marriott, they did devalue their non-bonus spend to 2 Marriott points per dollar, which is a 33% decrease on the spend from the old card. But outside of this card now, what Marriott has done, they've really made this a sock drawer card and really not worth using for non-bonus spend moving forward after the merger starting on August 26th. Now looking at that business credit card, the SPG business credit card is definitely the better of the two bonuses right now. And that's because it comes with a 100,000 point bonus when you spend $5,000 in the first 90 days. Now this is pretty close to the best public offer we ever saw for SPG, because this comes into about 3,300 points to the old SPG program. When you consider this to airlines as well, this is going to give you roughly 38,000 airline miles. This is a pretty solid chunk of points, and the SPG business card does give you slightly better earning categories. I think it's on gas, groceries, and dining as well in the US, and a couple other categories as well. Both of these cards do come with a $95 annual fee that are waived the first year. And the only real reason I can see keeping this card is for those free night benefits. They just really devalued that non-bonus spend, which made a lot of people wanting to use this card. That 33% devaluation definitely does hit hard for most people. One thing Marriott did that was a positive is they kept that transfer bonus and transfer options to many different airlines. Many of you probably know SPG, you could transfer 20,000 points to an airline and they'll give you a 5,000 point bonus. They kept that ratio the same. You're going to have to transfer 60,000 Marriott points, but when you do that, you're going to get an extra 5,000 airline points. So they pretty much kept everything the same there. Now, the SPG luxury card, that's rumored to be between 100,000 and 125,000 points, probably after a $3,000 to $5,000 spend. I'll give you a full review of that credit card when that bonus is verified, probably I'm assuming probably the next 10 days or so. So while you'll see a lot of bloggers and people talking about this and these numbers look flashy on paper, this is really no different than the old SPG offers. The difference is going forward, Marriott has reduced the earning rates on this card, making it a non-contender for a non-bonus spend credit card. They've adjusted their reward charts. And remember, in January, Marriott is adding a 9th category to their reward chart. So while the bonuses are the same, you might not necessarily get the same mileage out of these points, although you might be able to turn these into airline miles because they can get them at the same rate. Let's talk about a quick recap of those bonus restrictions starting on August 26th. And I think this is really important for people to pay attention to because we're kind of coming into that crunch time. So getting a bonus on this card is definitely going to become tougher moving forward. So let's just talk about a quick summary. After August 26th, you are going to be ineligible for an SPG personal credit card bonus if you open the Marriott card in the last 30 days. You're going to be ineligible for that SPG business credit card if you've opened pretty much any Marriott credit card in the last 2 years. And if you've took any upgraded offers, which Chase was offering not too long ago, or opened any Marriott card in the last 24 months, you're not going to be eligible for that SPG luxury card, which everyone is definitely wanting to take a look at. And this is in addition to American Express's restrictions already of their once-in-a-lifetime rule, as well as their other restrictions, the number of cards you've opened or closed in the last X number of months, or whatever criteria they're using. And the reverse goes for Marriott as well. If you've opened an SPG luxury card Or, yeah, it goes in the reverse for Marriott. So if you've opened the SPG luxury card or business card, you're going to be ineligible for a Marriott bonus in the last for 24 months. And if you've opened an SPG personal card, you're ineligible for a Marriott bonus for only 30 days. So let's talk about the strategies moving forward and how we can really try to maximize our bonuses now and definitely after this merger is complete. So pretty much from today, you have 19 days to really try for some of these bonuses and try to maximize the points moving forward. And if you were to look at both of the Marriott cards today, you're going to see they have a 75,000 point bonus when you spend $3,000. Now, the SPG personal business credit card is actually the best card currently out of all of these cards because it offers a 100,000 point bonus. But realistically, I think people might be able to get 2, possibly 3 cards, depending on how really aggressive you want to be with American Express before the August 26th merger. Now, this is obviously going to depend on your 524 status and if you're eligible for bonuses with American Express. That's going to be dependent on each individual person. But if you were to open a Marriott card for 75,000 points and one of the SPG cards for a 75 to 100,000 point bonus, you're going to have a nice chunk of points to begin with. And not only that you could receive a number of free night benefits from those, you'd have yourself between 60,000 to about roughly 68,000 airline miles, which you can do a lot with as well. Now, you're going to have a 3-day window. This is important. The SPG luxury card is supposed to launch August 23rd. So you're going to have a 3-day window from the launch of the SPG luxury card to apply for it before these restrictions go into place. So depending on how aggressive you really want to be with American Express, you could go for a Marriott card and SPG card today and then apply for the luxury card on the 23rd. Now, I'm not sure I really would recommend that, but I know there are some people out there who are definitely going to press their luck and might feel it's worth trying for, so it's definitely worth mentioning. I think a realistic issue is looking at the amount of spend required for those points. If you applied for the SPG business card as well as one of the Marriott cards, that's going to be an $8,000 spend in the next 3 months. And that's quite a bit of spend. I think what I'll do after this video is I'll put the link to the 10 tips I give to you, how to reach that minimum spend requirement. I think it's a good idea to take a look at that. But it's going to be tough for most people. From a cost perspective, with the SPG business credit card being 100,000 points, I probably personally would prefer that over the luxury card since the business card fee is waived the first year. And it has a pretty hefty bonus. 100,000 points is going to be pretty good since it does give you a decent amount of airline miles. Although that SPG luxury card does come with a lot of benefits. If you're really unsure how you want to proceed with this, you could just look to open the SPG personal card for now, because that's not going to disqualify you from the SPG luxury card or business card, and it only keeps you out of Marriott for the next 30 days. So you do have time to really think about your next plan of action if you were to open the SPG personal card. Now, personally, I think many people are going to be ineligible for that bonus for the luxury card anyways once it's launched, just because Chase was really sneaky, sent out some upgraded offers for people they could get anywhere from 0 to 50,000 points, and it's just really sneaky of them to do. So let's just think big picture here for a second. And, I think a lot of people get caught up in these big bonus numbers, but we just have to think outside the box. So I know many people really want to take advantage of these cards, but the Marriott program just isn't as valuable as it used to be starting August 26th. They devalued their status. Gold status is no longer as valuable as it used to be. You lose the free breakfast. You have your late checkout isn't nearly as great as it used to be. The award chart changes. They're adding a 9th category in January. And the flights and nights package took a huge hit starting actually on the 18th. So, and speaking of those, if you're on the fence about booking a flights and nights package with Marriott, you have until the 18th. I personally think this is one of the best redemptions for your Marriott points. So if you're on the fence about this, you have a little bit of time, but you can get yourself a week certificate as well as a lot of airline miles. But this took a massive hit starting on the 18th. So while there's still value in these programs, I'm personally not sure I would spend one of my 524 slots or even an Amex slot for one of these cards. The bonuses are pretty good, don't get me wrong, but if you're preferring airline miles, these credit cards are just mediocre at best because you can get credit cards with better bonuses and better earning rates that you can transfer out to your airlines. If you're looking for Marriott points, people might not agree, but Ultimate Reward points are probably going to be the better earning rate for you. I really think the only reason to really keep any of these cards is for that free night benefit, which it's going to vary depending on which credit card you have. Outside of that, the spending categories are just really realistically not worth using because it's 2 points per dollar at Marriott. And, frankly, I'd probably rather 1.5 ultimate reward points or even 2 membership reward points on my spend with that Business Blue Plus. So let's just sum it up real fast. These bonuses, while they look good on paper, they're no different than the old offers SPG and American Express used to offer. They're definitely better than that $200 credit statement, but at $75,000 is the old $25,000. These restrictions do start on August 26th, so you have some time to think about how you want to proceed with this, but you don't have a whole lot of time. That 3-day window for the luxury card is going to be very important for a lot of people because I'm sure once some people miss that, they are going to miss it for good. And realistically, there are just better cards out there for you than these Marriott cards for daily spend. So, I just want to thank you all for tuning in this YouTube live event. If you like this event, feel free, please give it a thumbs up. Or if you know somebody who might benefit from this video, feel free to share it with them. Remember, I post new videos every Thursday. So if you like learning about credit cards, points, miles, or cash back, or just a lot of traveling for less, consider hitting the subscribe button down below. And I'll see you all this Thursday. Safe travels and take care.